Biden's America could soon start looking a lot more like communist China. This comes after Team Biden revealing its grand plan to get more people vaccinated. Watch this.
Now we need to go to community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood, and oftentimes door to door, literally knocking on doors to get help to the remaining people protected from the virus.
I'm telling you, he shows up on my doorstep, get off my lawn. That's the line I'm using to anybody from the government come knocking on my door. So all of this, of course, is an invasion of privacy, but it's all part of the Marxist agenda, the Democrats' Marxist agenda. Team Biden coming under fire for all of this, but some, like Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, aren't fazed by any of the criticism. Of course they're not. Listen to him defend Team Biden's door-to-door vaccination plans.
The federal government has had to spend trillions of dollars to try to keep Americans alive during this pandemic. So it is absolutely the government's business. It is taxpayers' business if we have to continue to spend money to try to keep people from contracting COVID.
The government's business? To know my health plans, what I want to do, what I've done? I don't think so. Contrary to their vaccine crusade, it's important to remember that this China virus vaccine is voluntary. It still is, folks. And it's everyone's right to decide whether they want to get it or not. That's the bottom line. Let people make their own decisions. Not in Joe Biden's America, apparently, though. That's a place where your rights are always in danger. Well, joining me now is an awesome congressman who's led the fight against the China virus, Republican Congressman of California and ranking member on the House Intelligence Committee, Devin Nunes. Congressman, great to have you back on the show.
Grant, it's always a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so what's your response? They show up knocking on your door.
Look, we're in uncharted territory here. This is something that would have never been even discussed just a few years ago. And the fact that the media, the mainstream media, naturally should be going crazy over this. I don't think we've seen anything like this since probably before the Revolutionary War, when you had the redcoats going door to door to try to knock out the, so-called revolutionaries in the United States. I just don't think there's anything like this of people going door to door to try to stick a shot in your arm. It's scary. And look, we've seen a lot of scary things, but next to Apple and Amazon being able to nuke an entire social media company like they did to Parler, outside of that, this is probably the second worst thing I've seen in my entire time in government.
Yeah, it certainly is a showing of how they feel about people's freedoms to make their own decisions. Just to really get your blood boiling, let me run another soundbite by Xavier Becerra. Speaking of freedom, by the way, listen to this.
We want to give people a sense that they have the freedom to choose, but we hope they choose to live. And we're going to make it possible for them to have a good life. And by the way, protect their family and loved ones at the same time. We hope people make the right choices. We want them to have the right information. But we are America. We try to give people as much freedom and choice as possible.
Congressman, I don't mean to smile here, but you notice that first line? We want to give them a sense that they have freedom. Yeah. A sense. So you really don't have it. We're just going to give you the sense that you have it.
Well, look, he just stopped short of saying, we're going to give you every opportunity to do this. The one part he didn't say, but it really sounds like he's, I guess, implying, is that if you don't do this, then we're going to do it for you. And that really in lies the problem here, Grant, that I think all Americans should be concerned about is, having some type of socialist Democrat Gestapo going door to door, house by house, trying to stick syringes in people's arms. It's really scary. I mean, I just don't know what to say.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to get you to respond to one more. Dr. Fauci, he's always up for some great soundbite, so we might as well.
He's always great. Yeah.
Here we go.
It's easy to get. It's free. And it's readily available. So, you've got to ask, what is the problem? Get over it. Get over this political statement. Just get over it and try and save the lives of yourself and your family.
Why does he think it's a political statement if someone doesn't want to get stuck with a shot? I mean, why is it? I mean, this is insanity what's coming from them.
Well, and look, here's the other problem. If you go back a year ago, you had Biden hiding in his basement, along with Kamala Harris, who nobody knew where she was either. They came out maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks to do some campaign stunt. But in the process and the time frame of that, you had them constantly saying, I think Kamala Harris, I'm paraphrasing here, but I think she said, I don't trust any vaccine that Donald Trump has something to do with. So we've gone from that it's a Republican Trump vaccine to now you have Biden. Fast forward, Biden claimed he didn't have any vaccines, even though we have pictures of him getting shot in the arm with a vaccine before he was president. He comes on and says, I'm the one that got this vaccine. And now they're going to say, we're going to force all of you to take it. So I think if the American people were able to see those quotes from numerous socialist Democrats, including the vice president, make those statements that they were nowhere going to be near this vaccine, coupled with now you've got the Health and Human HHS secretary running around saying we're going to go door to door, and you've got Fauci with his nonsense. This is the problem here. They've made this whole thing political.
You know, I'm more worried, Congressman, about what this means as well for the future. What other thing are they going to force us to do down the road? And I guess only time is going to tell when it comes to that. But we always appreciate you coming on the program, Congressman Devin Nunes. Thank you so much. Keep up the fight up there.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.